Hello and welcome to today's video. Today I will be creating not Helsinki. I will be creating Espoo bus line number 114, which starts from here in Matinkylä and runs all the way to Leppävaara, where the previous line ended. Once again, we are pretty much running on unbuilt territory, and this video will probably be quite on the long side. We will start from the bus terminal at Matinkylä, which I created a couple of videos ago, and then I will head on to new areas, stopping first at a stop called Matiniitty. How we will get to Matiniitty, however, requires me to check another map. So 1 second while I actually find the right spot. Yes, the right spot has been found, so it's, let me see, it's Matiniitty, Mattengen, and it's located over here. Oops, not a single track, this most definitely is double track. So, Matiniitty, Mattengen. And to get to Matiniitty from the Matinkylä metro station, we will need to build some roads running through here, and then there is this intersection over here. Oops, what are you doing, my dear friend? There we go. So this intersection is fairly simple. I will just have to finish it later on by building a straight track through this crossing. I will not be doing that right now. Oops. And after creating this first part of the line, I will then connect it with the previous track, because I think, if I remember correctly, the following stop is Irislahti, which is already created. So now we'll get to this roundabout, and soon I will probably start to regret not making it a roundabout, but the time of regrets has not come yet. Not just yet. I think we'll get there someday. I probably will also regret not creating this roundabout, but that time of regrets will also come a bit later. Now, after connecting with existing roads, I will build the first set of blueprints, and then I will create the line, which is, like I said, bus line 114. The ticket price remains the standard 3.5 euros, because there is no zone thinking in this game. So that's the arrival, that's the departure, and then it will turn right to Matiniitty and then to Irislahti. And from Irislahti, let's see, it will stop at Telamanti. But then, after Telamanti, it will abruptly turn right. And the following stop is Haukilahden Ranta. Gedvikstranden. There is also a one-way stop over there, which I will simply not care about. So, Haukilahden Ranta, Gedvikstranden it is. Did that go correctly? That went correctly. Thank you. Okay. There we have the crossing. And then let's add the signals. So this line will run through Haukilahti, it seems. Oops. Somehow I think, because the lines from Helsinki city center, they all kind of seem to be aimed at getting from one point to another. But these just seem to be sort of supplementing the traffic. So the logic in these lines is a bit different. After Haukilahden Ranta, we have a stop called Hauenkita, Gäddgapet, and that comes in here. There we go. And after Hauenkita, we will then stop at Haukiverkko, Gäddnätet, and then the following stop is called Haukikuja, Gäddgränden, there we go. Oops. And after Haukikuja, we'll then stop at Pattistempelto. So very different approach there now, Pattisåken. And from there, the line turns left in a surprise turn of events. There we go. And then let's actually build the tracks and recreate the line until this point. So we'll last stop there, and then we will stop here, and then we will run through this Haukilahti area. And after that we turn left, and then the following stop is at Kuhatien Ahdes, so we will actually stop here. Ta-da! This changes the game. Then we will stop at Niittysilta, and then at the Niittykumpu metro station, but this requires creating a new track or a new stop for the Niittykumpu metro station, which is located right in here. And And as I said, this is a part of the Niittykumpu metro station, so let's just delete the station and merge it with the Niittykumpu station. There. But actually, I don't fancy this kind of connection, so I will... come on. I will connect it this way, because I know I will later on need to create a straight run through there. So now let's see how I can actually manage to create a signal. So yeah, there we are at Niittykumpu. After Niittykumpu, we will then stop at a stop called Niittyportti. Just let me find the right spot. Ängsporten, and it's located by the next big crossing, which obviously doesn't even exist on this map. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't exist yet, but Niittyportti Ängsporten is over here. And then, after going, let's connect it with the previous part of track first. Whoops, no, this was one of these redesigned stops, so we were faced with the issue of the automatically extending platforms there again. That's an interesting feature. I really hope the developers of the game would watch these videos at some point and realize the issue, or, well, I don't know if it's an issue or if it's an, how would you put it, characteristic, but I don't like it, and there's probably an option you can turn off, but I don't know what it is. So, the following stop is at the Urheilupuisto metro station. Or well, it actually isn't. There is a stop called Niittymaa, Ängsmalmen in here, and I will create it because it's required later on. So it will be featured on the way back. And several lines will stop at it, so I think it might be useful. But I will also need a second Niittymaa stop, but that's my worry later. Look at how I'm just pushing these worries until later dates, and I'm going to probably face them as soon as I get there. But then we have the Urheilupuisto. Urheilupuisto stop. Which is located just before the metro station over here. And this station does not exist. It's part of the Urheilupuisto station. This stop does not exist. It's a part of the Urheilupuisto station. That's probably the correct way to say it. And uh-oh, I screwed it up again. I forgot about this. Oh, what's an extending track? Like I said, there may be an option which turns it off, but I haven't found it yet. If someone knows how to find it, please give me a call. So, we're at Urheilupuisto. The following stop is called Urheilupuiston tie. In Swedish, that's of course Idrottsparksvägen. And it's located, let's see, it's located right here. That's it. I managed to remember the issue with the ever extending tracks at this time. Then after Urheilupuiston tie, we will have a stop at Koivumanka, probably called Björkmankans. Which is over here. Oops, there is one signal in the wrong place. There. After Koivumanka, we will stop at, let's see, Visamäki, Masurbacken, which is over here. And from there, we'll be moving on to Seilimäki, Seilibakka, And from Selimäki, we'll be moving on to Vanhamanka, obviously called Gamla Mankans. Let's see how that crossing will turn out later on. Now it's not the time to create because I don't know what kind of a crossing is needed over there, but obviously it will come at some point. Oops. Let's also prepare for it by putting the signals in a place which will be useful later on. And then from Vanhamanka, we'll be moving forward to Mankankallio, Mankansberget. There we go. And the following stop from Mankankallio will be called Kruunutie, Kruunuväin. There we go. And after Kruunutie, we will then stop at Klovinristi, Kluviskorset, there we go. We've actually come a pretty long way from the start. But this is not over yet, this is a long line. Although we're reaching the end slowly, we are more than halfway already at the moment, but like I said, this is a long line. Then we will stop at Nihtisillan Portti, Knektbroporten, which comes right over here. and it will actually go around on a bridge in here. So let's create the bridge. It's a fairly long bridge, actually. And it even is visible in the name because Nihtisilta or Knäcktbro is a night bridge in English, so that might explain some things, but it's a long bridge. There we go, we are at Nihtisillanportti, and then I hope we will turn right because our destination is here in Leppävaara and we are pretty far from it still. So yes, we will next stop at Kutojantie, Vevarsvägen, which comes right after the crossing over here. Oops. And the following stop is called the Nihtisillankuja, Knäcktbrogrändin. And it comes right after that crossing over here. And after Nihtisillankuja, the bus will then stop at Nihtimäki. Knäcktorp? This does not make sense. No, it doesn't. It's not Knäcktorp. It's Nihtimäki, Knäcktbacken. And then we will turn right and stop at a stop called Nuijavuori, Klobberget. Sorry about that. And after Nuijavori, we will stop at Lansantorpa, Lansatorpet. Getting closer. After Lansantorpa, we stop at Lansanpuro, Lansabäck, and then after Lansanpuro, we stop at the Kilo station, and the stop is located in an interesting location because it's pretty far from the actual Kilo station, but it is located pretty next to the parking lot. So delete the station and make it simply a platform of the Kilo station. So there is a good transfer capability, although nowadays there is a good transfer capability without actually merging the stations, but I still want to do it this way. So there we go. And after Kilo station, we will then stop at Trillakatu. Interesting name, Trillagatan. Yes. Oops. Yeah, we're once again facing this. Characteristic. And after Trillakatu, we will then stop at Kilontie. Kiloväjin. then let's build a tunnel. What a great idea. There we go. Then we stop at Kilon Kartano. Chilogodin. That's right. And after Kilonkartano, we will then stop at Gransinmäki, Gransbacken, or actually Gransbacken is 2 ways top. So yeah, let's stop at Gransbacken. And it's located right over here. Oops. So, finally reaching the end of the line with just one stop left. It's been a long journey, but thank you for believing in me. It's been a great honor. You know, the race was tough and the front suspenders were broken, but here we are. The final stop is Leppävaara station. And that means we will come from... Oh, we will definitely not come from there. We will come from here. And then we'll build a tunnel underneath both the highway and the railway. Back up to the ground. And this is it. One of the longest bus lines so far in Espoo has finally reached its full potential. I have spent a good 40 minutes on this one. I knew it would be a long line. I didn't expect it to be quite this long, but it was. Well, that's it. But after building it, I will actually need to remember where the hell I was with the buses. I was somewhere around here, and then I turned there. That's right, and probably the rest of this line will just be adding stops because there is no other line connecting with these tracks just yet. Or there is one in the other end, which means we can now then transfer passengers between these two lines. They won't do it for long though, because other lines will be created. Better lines will be created. And there we go. Now I will need to find my way back. Okay, this is not the way back. Well, and that was something. That was something. Let's see how often this line runs. But now I think that apart from Kivenlahti, I have already built all the hubs in the system. So that should, apart from Espoo and Keskos of course, but that should mean that well, it's a 50-minute line, okay? That should mean that things should become quite a bit simpler. But it's a 50-minute line, so let's start buying the Wimas. And then let's see how many we need. Oh, we need quite many. We really need quite many. But that's okay. I think 6, 7 or 8, maybe even 8. Still at least one, but I think 2. Yeah, one more. So there we go. Line created, buses bought, operation in full swing. Time to say bye for today, and I will get back tomorrow with a new video. So until then, bye.